You do not need a big handbag collection. And I do know that we are fed with images like this on a daily basis, and probably most of us have internalized at this point that to be an accomplished woman or to be a successful woman, then this is how we should look like, and this is the kind of life we should live, and this is the handbag collection that we should have. And by the way, I'm not against affluence or luxury or material things or having a walk-in wardrobe or anything like that. I have also many handbags myself, but I want to have a conversation with you that I wish somebody would have had with me before I started leveling up, just to kind of give me a perspective. Because we are fed with images like this all the time, and it's hard sometimes to know, what do you truly need in your life? Instead, we are imposed a lot of things that actually might not even be truly authentic to ourselves. And let's be honest, I think there are people out there who have big handbag collections because they truly enjoy collecting. They really see handbags as their hobby. So this conversation is not towards them. We can put them aside. This conversation is really for those who do not see handbags as your hobby. But many of us accumulate handbags because of status and to feel some form of belonging. Maybe you want to belong to certain groups of people of society, and so perhaps you'll get this pressure on you that, okay, if I want to hang out with these people, then I should have what they have. And they might have a lot, who knows? I do think we live in times today when we really do relate excess with success. I've seen a lot of people in high society circles, they do just that. That's why it becomes toxic for them, because they just rely so heavily on their status symbols. They get their validations through how much they own, which exclusive items they own. And it all becomes a little bit sad and maybe unhealthy as well when you rely so heavily on material goods to give you confidence. So I don't want you to go in that direction. Surely have fun with luxury and the material side of life, but always make sure that you cultivate that confidence that truly is real and not just some fake stuff that you get because, okay, I own like a Birkin bag or something like that. I actually think there are many benefits to having a small handbag collection. But so how many handbags do we actually need? My answer is simple. It all depends on your needs and your lifestyle, because this is not going to be the same for everybody, right? I also think that it also depends on your visibility as a person. Most of us are fairly regular people who live very regular lives, but of course there are certain people in society, let's say celebrities, influencers, other public figures, people with very public jobs in general, or maybe people who are very social, go to a lot of gatherings and just overall being seen everywhere. Yeah, this group of people definitely will probably require to have a bigger wardrobe, more handbags, more items on rotation in general, because perhaps they get photographed a lot or they're just visible a lot. But for us regular people with regular lives, I don't think we should be comparing ourselves to these celebrities because they live different lives. But this is the problem with the social media era, is that we're not even realizing that we're here internalizing and comparing ourselves to people who have nothing in common with us and who live completely opposite lifestyles to us. So don't make that mistake if you are prone to that. Now I'm going to provide you with 3 handbag formulas so that you can get inspiration of how many bags you should have in your handbag collection and how to strategize correctly. So I'm going to start with the smallest collection, and I'm going to call it the bare minimum formula. So this is where you only get 1 handbag depending on the need or activity that you have in your life. So let's assume that you go to work. You will get 1 work handbag that maybe fits your laptop or your lunchbox or whatever it is that you take every day to work. For the simplicity of things, let's just call it that you need a tote bag for work. Then you will need 1 handbag for your leisure activities. And here I would recommend to get something more of a medium size. So let's say you need 1 kind of small or medium sized bag for this kind of activity. Then I would advise you to get something that you can wear in the evening. And this is actually a bag that you could even repurpose the bag you wear leisurely during the day, as long as it's small and then you can just wear it as well in the evening when you go out for dinner or if you go to a friend's house for socializing. The point is, it's to understand how much do you socialize, because if you go out a lot, then you properly need a proper handbag, like a nice beautiful clutch, let's say. But if you maximum go for dinner and that's it, then maybe you can just repurpose your daytime bag. So to summarize, the bare minimum approach would actually be 3 handbags, or 2 if you really want to push it. So you see, it's really to cover your basic needs. But I do know a lot of you ladies are not basic and you want something more. That's why the next category is called Elegant Essentials. This is actually the same name as my masterclass called Elegant Essentials. This masterclass is available for purchase, or if you join levelupclass.com, it is available for free inside the platform together with many other masterclasses and study materials that you get from me to level up. Just go to elegantcapsulewardrobe.com or to levelupclass.com to get access to this masterclass. Okay, so Elegant Essentials is the kind of mid-tier on today's list, and here I would advise you to get 2 bags for work. One in a light color shade and one in a dark color shade. You decide what kind of dark color you want or what kind of light color you want. The choice is yours. The point is that for work, it would be nice to have a bit of variation going on. Sometimes we wear some light outfits, sometimes we wear some dark outfits, and it would be just nice to have a work bag, let's say a tote, that matches that and gives us a bit of styling options. So one dark tote, one light tote. Then when it comes to your leisure activities, I would actually have same approach during daytime. So let's say you're going for lunches or you're running errands or you do whatever it is that you do on your free time. Then I would get a light kind of medium-sized bag and the dark medium-sized bag. This way you can still mix and match with all the outfits that you have. If you're wearing something dark or light, you always have a bag that kind of goes well with your outfit. Plus, the medium size here really does help in terms of it doesn't feel too big and too bulky to take around with you when you are running errands, or if you go to a nice restaurant for lunch. You don't have to feel awkward that you're bringing kind of your big work bag with you. So 2 kind of medium or small sized bags are good for this purpose. Lastly, you definitely need something for the evening, even though you can repurpose some of the daytime bags, but I would definitely get at least one clutch that you wear for evening that is a little bit more dressy. Get it in either in light or dark color or neutral, depending what kind of outfits you prefer wearing. So that equals 5 bags in total, and I think that's a really good approach for kind of a mid-tier strategy when it comes to handbags. And now the final one. I'm all about options in life. I'm all about having fun, style yourself, look interesting, use color, and just enjoy life. Obviously, we should have fun with fashion. So I'm not here, as a form of luxury Grinch telling you,
you shouldn't buy anything,
No, have fun and do what you want. I'm just here to help you with perspective and so that you don't become too obsessed with the material side of life, so you lose a bit of track and maybe buy more stuff than you actually need. Let's talk about my final approach called color and options. So this is for those who do not want to adopt any form of minimalism in their approach. It's for you who like wearing color and who like to have options in life and hate feeling restricted. I would advise you to just get 2 bags for work. A light one, a dark one. Let's say 2 totes, 1 light, 1 dark, and that's it. I just don't think that for work that we need to have that much variety. Plus, I don't think you should be all that fashionista and have like all eyeballs on you at work, because sometimes, that can sabotage. You want to be, fairly neutral and kind of just blend in. But then when it comes to your leisure life, you really go all in. Definitely you get the light and the dark, medium or small bag that I spoke about previously. But here you also add 2 more handbags of similar size, but you choose some form of pop of color. These are actually my pop of color choices. Yes, I know these are expensive handbags, but this is kind of what I mean when you get a medium-sized handbag for daytime. When you want to have some pop of color, I actually don't feel like I need more pop of color than this. Somehow I always manage to mix and match them with my outfits, and I never feel like, oh, I wish I had more colors to mix and match with than these. Then for evening time, I will get 2 clutches, one dark and one light, or neutral, depending how you want to look at it. These tend to be really the ones that I use. I always need either a light one or a dark one. Tend not to use the other ones that I have. Of course, you might be completely different to me, but this tends to be the average trend. So if we would count all the bags in this category, then we would be around 8 bags. I would still allow yourself for some more wiggle room. I mean, do 9 bags or 10 bags. If you feel like you want a little bit more color options, that's fine. Add more pop of color, maybe for work, maybe in the evening. It's up to you. Maybe some of you think like, oh, but wait a second, 8 handbags, that is excess. Well, maybe it is for some, but for others, that actually feels much less than what we see on social media when people open their wardrobes and you're like, whoa, this is like 30, 40, 50 handbags. I counted my handbags. I have about 20 handbags, and I must say, I think that is really excessive. But compared to a typical influencer or someone on like Real Housewives of something, then I have a very small collection. But you know, I did this intentionally because I felt at some point that, listen, this feels excessive. I'm not even using half of these bags. And correctly, I use about 10 handbags, and that's because I do enjoy fashion styling and really dressing up and having a lot of variation. So I would belong in the last category. But if you're not that kind of person, why would you compare yourself to somebody who lives a life like that? You shouldn't. So then you shouldn't feel bad about if you, let's say, only have 3 handbags. That's more than enough. So having said this, let me know below what you think about this conversation that we had today. Do you feel pressure in our current times to accumulate many handbags? So I hope you have enjoyed today's conversations. I do have more videos on handbags if you want to learn more about how to create a handbag collection and how to really invest your money wisely. So check out any of these videos because I will see you there.